In this next installment of this wedding plate that I'm doing, I'll work on this kind of little embellishment border thing along the top. And one thing I'll comment on, when I was creating the pattern and overlaying it on the plate, I didn't quite realize exactly where the scoop curve part of this is, so I actually ended up making the inside a little bit too big for the proportions of the plate here, such that this carving is actually going to end up coming kind of up into the curved part of that plate. It's not all on the flat part. So I did a little bit down here earlier and was running into that, so I'll just have to keep that in mind and be aware of the knife angle as I go through this. But definitely not too big of a deal. It's only slightly up there, and these chips are pretty small and manageable, so pretty workable. This is all one chip, but I do have a change in grain direction right here, and it's going from a big part into a small part. So in order to avoid getting the grain kind of being forced and ripped out, I'm going to go ahead and do this in two separate passes. I'm going to start here kind of in the middle where the grain changes and do this first kind of skinnier part first. Alright, and then come back and flip the knife around, do the other half. I'm going to remove this so I can get my knife nicely in the cut. There we go. So this now is where I'm running into a little bit of that kind of weird angle on the inside of the chip. I can see it's a little bit deeper than maybe it should be. Got kind of a steeper angle here between the curvature and avoiding this lip, but it still looks good, looks fine, so it's not anything I'm going to be too worried about on this. And mostly as long as the one and the other side is symmetrical to it, it won't be a bother. So now to work on these, I don't know, flowers, bells, not exactly sure what these represent, but they're nice little adornments here around the plate. I don't quite want this divider going all the way up to the top, so I'm gonna come in here and cut just a little bit more off the middle there, just so that they come together before the top, so I don't have this ridge completely separating the two. You can kind of see we've got the two lobes, and they come together here, and just the way this geometry works with the carving, there's going to be a ridge that goes from this surface point down, but I want to make sure that that ridge recedes into the base before getting up to the top point there. No particular reason, there's nothing wrong if it did go all the way up there, but just I don't think that quite matches what the image that I was given, so trying to match this as closely as I can to what I was given. I will say it was a little bit hard to see all the details exactly of what exactly every little chip was doing in the picture, so some of that was kind of best guess based on what I could see. Just realizing some of this didn't quite follow the curve right. So on this one, I'll make sure as I get to that V in the middle, kind of cross it over a little bit. And again, start this cut on the other side of that notch. Yeah, I like how that looks with this ridge terminating right about here, and then the tip of the chip is up there. So a little bit of a division, a little bit where we can see kind of the cohesiveness between the two sides coming. Alright, and the other side will hopefully look pretty similar to that.